Hi, my name's Benji and welcome to Dice vs Cards. Today we're looking at Epic Card Game as part of our Offbeat Chronicles, a series that casts its beady eye over games I've recently got to the table and that promises to deliver only the important and only the humorous information straight in your eyes and up your ears. So let's play reverence to that boldest of statements and get this epic restarted! In Epic Card Game, where they forgot to add the word "the" to the title, you play as the omnipotent elder gods of a menagerie of monsters and minions, summoning each to do your bidding and whose sole job is to brutally murder your opponent's flock without so much as a flicker of regret. Put more simply, this is a slimmed down, super easy to learn Magic the Gathering type game where you play stuff, you attack with said stuff, but you can also sling spells and obstacles at your opponents just for the lols. So far, been there, done that. But what this game does is preach at the gamer's pulpit that there is joy in just playing the best cards you can each turn with the meagre resources you're given and letting them go kablooey on your opponent. There are a handful of factions in the game to choose from with varying themes and playstyles just to keep things interesting. And each player turn is as easy as you get 1 gold and all the cards cost either 1 or none. Creatures enter the battlefield and do direct damage, support other characters, or do their best impression of Simon Shieldew, while spells and events conjure up all sorts of mischief and mayhem. You can even play some cards on your opponent's turn. Oh, why didn't you spend your gold, Johnny? No reason, Timmy? This formula shouldn't work. I expected it to feel like you're playing a half-cooked game. But you know what, this is a pick up and play card fest that is short and sweet and which absolutely has a place in a world with more complex offerings. One of the main reasons for that is that it takes the bulk of the fun aspects of these types of games whilst retaining just enough strategy for it to feel like a rewarding gameplay experience. Part of me is sad that this doesn't get to the table a great deal, but every time it does I'm reminded that for what it is, it's a little gem of a game. It also shares a number of similarities with its cousin, Hero Realms, also from White Wizard Games. Most of the characteristics of each card are laid out in the same way and do a similar thing. And when I think about it, it's quite a neat trick of stripping Hero Realms of its deck building elements and ample resource generating cards and providing some stripped down spell slinging action. I should also give a shout out to the value you get from the core box, because as well as being nicely travel sized, each set is enough for 2 to 4 players to play with all sorts of variants to choose from, be it traditional 1v1, free for all, team versus team, you can even draft straight out of the box. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to be creating the best decks you can with just one, but pick up an extra box and not only have you got enough cards for 8 players, but you can flesh out your decks as well. The game, which was initially released in 2015, has also seen a healthy amount of expandable content, which should keep things interesting for those of you that get hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with. Hi, this is Benji speaking to you from the afterlife. I will of course find a way back and seek vengeance on my bitter and jealous editor. But in the meantime, I can't just leave you hanging there. What we're left with when all is said and done, and despite the inexcusable grammatical mistakes made in the game's title, is a filler competitive card game that does a darn good job of catering for a plethora of different types of gamers' needs, whilst retaining the ability to spread its wings and provide a worthy strategical gameplay experience. This video has ended. I can assure you that no human beings were harmed in the recording of this here motion picture, but my golly, we sure hope you were veritably entertained.